Ciao a tutti ragazzi e bentornati in questo nuovo video. Allora, finalmente ci sono novità sulla nuova DLC di Battlefield 4, Naval Strike, perché proprio oggi c'è la live in diretta da Los Angeles della DICE. Allora, io vi lascio alla live perché tanto sicuramente sono sicuro che voi masticate l'inglese benissimo, quindi capirete tutto. Vi ricordo già adesso in anticipo di condividere il video, iscrivetevi al canale e vi auguro buona visione. Ciao a tutti.
Naval Strike DLC, that of course is going to be coming out March 25th, and you guys want to stay to the end of this show because we're going to have an awesome exclusive trailer for you guys back at home. But you know, obviously you guys want to see our faces and we understand that, but you care more about gameplay, so let's go ahead and jump right into the action because we got some carrier assault on Naval Strike. And Dennis, tell me a little bit about this map.
Naval Strike?
Yes.
So Naval Strike is a set of islands set in the South China a little bit first.
Oh yes,
that's
please.
What people want to hear. So
yeah, they care about that.
So carrier assault is us paying homage to, look at that one, homage to Battlefield 2142. Like the goal of the game is to blow up the enemy carrier, right?
Yeah.
So how to do that is to capture points on the map, similar to Conquest, but on a missile silo that will start shooting at the enemy carrier, bring it down itself. Carrier, that carrier will then start blowing up. The hull will blow up. It will allow people to breach it and go inside and finish the job.
Okay.
Once you get inside, there are two objectives, one at a time, similar to Rush almost, that you have to arm, defend it then, and once you blow up the first one, a second part, the engine room of the Titan, the carrier, will open up and you can then go in and finish the job.
So of course this game mode, like you said, pays homage to that old school, I shouldn't say old school since 2140, employees that are playing as well as people in the studio that are playing to, you know, Naval Strike, of course, Naval Strike is what we're looking at here. So Carrier Assault, it's a pretty ambitious game mode because there are just a lot of levels to it. I mean, not only do you have the raid on the carrier when you're going to try and blow that up, which is like Rush, like you had mentioned, but you know, you have that conquest feel to it. Very ambitious. Why do this now? Why do it with Battlefield 4?
I mean, people wanted it. That's pretty much the main reason why, and it made sense because new for Battlefield 4 is the fact that we took the battle to the sea, not just air and land anymore. We're introducing the sea. We're having those dynamic waves and all that with the new Frostbite 3 engine, and so it made sense. You know, like we wanted a lot of naval combat, and carrier assault just made sense.
Just made a lot of sense for you guys to put that in there.
It was challenging though. Like the technical aspect of it, like it's really a level. On a level,
yes,
which is quite impressive if you think about it.
And you being the lead level designer, right? You're one of the guys who is in charge of it. I mean, of course, there's a bunch of people who work on this. It's not just one person. It's a combined team effort. But you certainly have your challenges when you're designing something like this,
right?
Right,
yeah,
and you have to. It's like the layers and intricate layers of the maps, and like you said, a level within a level.
For sure.
When you started designing it, and you know the team is like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make carrier assault. We're gonna do Titan mode. Bring it back. And then did you think to yourself like, oh man? And it seems like one of the teams ended up winning. So they destroyed all the objectives. And like you said, it didn't go down to zero. If you destroy the objectives, that's it, right?
Right,
it's over.
But you can also win it by just killing the
peppering
carrier.
The carrier with a bunch of missiles, right?
No, exactly.
It makes perfect sense. And, you know, explosions.
That's all there is.
Always. So when we come back, we are going to have some obliteration on Wavebreaker. Obliteration's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Battlefield 4 Showdown. Come on, obliteration.
I remember. It was
always
good.
and forever. Yeah. So we're going to have that. David Serlin's going to be joining us here to talk a little bit about what's going on with Premium and, of course, some of the gameplay and balancing changes in Battlefield 4, of course, for Naval Strike. So you guys are not going to want to miss this. We'll see you in just a bit. All right, we are back. Welcome, everyone. Of course, told you it was going to be a quick break. I wasn't lying. I'm Golden Boy, joined by David Serlin here. Of course, David, one of the producers there on Battlefield 4 and the premium content that you guys see. So for those people who may not know what you do back at home, David, why don't you give, I guess, an explanation of your day-to-day?
Yeah, so I work on everything from premium content to game balancing and improvements and balancing is a big part of this release. So everything you get in your battle packs from premium, I've been touching. There's some secrets in here as well.
Okay. Secret and Battlefield's really all about secrets. And let's hop into the action because we actually have Wavebreaker being shown right now, and I want to show you guys this because there's an awesome like submarine like right in the middle of the map. And I was talking with Dennis earlier, and you know, it's like a very Dr. Evil-esque, which I enjoy.
It's a great interior space for infantry. So it's not only a map for a lot of naval fighting, but it has a really great interior space and that awesome submarine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
drop a submarine on someone's head. Like, why not? You know, it makes perfect sense.
I just want to do that.
Yeah. So you handle a lot of the premium content that we see in Battlefield 4. What else? I mean, you mentioned game balancing. What in specific have you guys been working on?
So the very latest we've focused on, and we listen greatly to the community. We read everything you write, or I do personally. We read everything, we listen to everything. Of course, we can't do everything, but we've been looking at helicopters. Because helicopters have been a little bit on the weaker side. Yeah. So in this release, we are buffing them a little bit and making it easier for helicopter pilots to stay alive, basically.
Okay, definitely an emphasis on that, the air gameplay and all that.
There's also other fixes, of course, like it's really hard to kill something with 2 hits of the javelin rocket now. I would say impossible, which is great.
Okay. So a lot of people definitely talking about wanting those kinds of changes put in there.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys are continuing to listen to what the community feedback is. I
so keep on writing, keep on being active. We listen to everything.
Constructive, of course.
Of course.
You know.
Listen to the other stuff as well. So.
I mean, I don't know how effective caps are. You know, like all caps. I type all caps all the time whenever I want to get my point across. So.
Yeah, all caps might not be the way. Construct videos are awesome.
Yes. Speaking of videos, a lot of YouTubers are actually putting up their Naval Strike content.
That helps a lot, really. So.
Which is great. People can get a good vibe there. So now, you know, I guess talking about Naval Strike, and I spoke with Dennis about how, you know, ambitious the project was. All right, and Battlefield 4 is pretty much one of the most ambitious games that has ever been released. I would say in the last generation, or this current generation, I should say. Naval Strike, I mean, I asked him the question, why do it now? I'm going to ask you the same thing. Why do Naval Strike now?
It makes sense, right? I mean, we've been looking at Battlefield 3 maps reimagined. We've been to China. We haven't really done, like he said, the naval part of it. And this is a pack about naval warfare, with everything else as well, of course. But
there's definitely just that emphasis on wanting to highlight players who enjoy the naval aspects.
The vehicle play, I'd say, and you know, the team play aspect of it, of course, because the big boats, you can be.
You brought hovercrafts in there too.
Oh yeah,
which
I love the hovercraft.
Really excited about because
jump on anything.
Yeah, it goes.
Into anyone.
I am so excited to use that. You have no idea. Just so I could run as many people as I can over with the hovercraft. That will be.
You can play bumper cars.
Play bumper cars. Look at that. You're just giving me ideas. If I want to see a YouTuber do a bumper car hovercraft video, that would be epic. And spectator mode allows you to do it, so I don't see why not, right? Yeah. Get on it, guys. Of course, you guys are taking a look here at Obliteration, which is
winning, really?
Let's see. So who is winning right now? Currently, we have one of the objectives just got destroyed there. So seems like the U.S. team is currently going to be in the lead.
Oh, really?
Yep. This is certainly good for them. And let's see if they're going to continue to do this. You know, of course, succeed. I think they won the last game. I believe they won the last game, or could be wrong on that one.
I saw our friend Legendary on the Chinese team. He's not going to be happy about that.
Yes, Legendary, the infamous Legendary, the guy who just destroys people and makes them cry afterwards. It's good to see him back.
Yeah.
So now looking at you know, some of the more changes you guys are going to be bringing down the line. You mentioned before community feedback. It's very important to you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
I guess, you know, for those out there who are wondering like what, you know, like where can they post this stuff? Where's the eyes of
Battlelog is a very good place, obviously, because it's our own forum. We watch it religiously. Reddit is a good place. YouTube, as I said, videos. If you have a point you want to bring across to us, a video that shows us what you mean is sometimes so much better than you explaining it in text.
That's good. That's good. And speaking of the community, I just want to bring this up because it's funny. The Easter egg hunt that went on for the Lost for the dinosaur.
Yes.
Always gotta mention it. Every live stream I do with Battlefield, I gotta at least bring it up once. How cool was that to see people?
It's awesome. We couldn't really fathom how big it would be.
Yeah.
I'm really happy it went that big.
It was all over the place too. It wasn't like just something that was sectioned specifically to the community. You had the media was into it too. They're like, we want to know what this is. So it's pretty cool stuff.
I mean, the only thing I can say, I guess, is there's more to find.
Ooh. But you can't do that. And then now the internet's going to go on fire, and people are going to be like, come on, man, why you got to do this?
That's what I want.
That's what you want to create the drama.
Yes.
Create the pressure for the players. I completely get it. That was something that was really cool for me personally.
Oh, look, they
to just
closed
witness.
the gates here. Did you see
that? Is just not cool at all. And that's a really cool evolution moment for sure. Just altering the map and being able to.
If you like infantry, you can stay indoors and close the doors and
I love
defend
infantry.
your turf.
That's what I'm all about. I'm all about infantry. Let's see what's going on the U.S. side here. Ampersand 47.
It feels like they're just holding the inside.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense for them to continue to just hold this one out, play the inside game.
I'm not sure, but I feel most of the bombs spawn indoors and you take them out to the base outside.
Let's see here for a second. So this is the tabletop views you guys have become familiar with in the past. There's the A bomb sites for each respective team. Where is the bomb right now? That's what I want to know.
Right?
They're not around here. Can't quite find the bomb guy. Oh, there it is. So it seems like he got a command to just move forward. So we're gonna hop on board with him. Oh, actually, we got a hovercraft indoors. So, no, it's gonna be a jet ski. I was excited for a second. I was excited for like a brief second. I was like, is that a hovercraft? Because it looked like it was on land. I almost lost myself. But
it was indoors, underneath land.
Yeah, just always gotta fool me like that. I just want to see hovercrafts.
You're gonna see a hovercraft.
I hope we do. So it seems like the bomb has not been picked up yet. It's still in neutral territory, so no one has gotten control of it.
US is in a very commanding lead here.
Yep, and we also have some helicopter play that's going on too.
Nobody's taking down the submarine yet.
Listen, people are trying to, this is serious business here.
True. I mean, there's
you get on the battlefield. No pun intended. That's when the gloves come off.
Serious competition at play. Yeah.
And
you need to crush someone. You can't just, break it.
Exactly.
Someone needs to be underneath, like a full squad.
Exactly. So David, what else have you been like working on as far as just premium content for Battlefield? Now, obviously not stuff, secret stuff. I'm not trying to be like that.
But trying.
Maybe I'm prying just a tad. But what have you guys been working on?
Of course, we have our awesome premium calendar, which contains a lot of items that we release. We're also looking at other things that we can do for premium members in the future. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Kind of looking at the community again and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work as well, and then trying to make more of that.
Okay.
And things like that.
And I guess how's the general response there from the fans when they kind of learn like the new stuff? I mean, how does it feel for you? I mean, I'm sure.
It feels really good. I mean, we get really good feedback and really happy feedback on a lot of things. Like for instance, the Phantom program you talked about. That's really nice when they
discover those kinds of things.
Yeah, and then it just becomes this community thing where you have this hive mind trying to break your puzzles really quickly.
I was there, and I was trying to speculate and figure out with everyone else. So I was ready, man.
Yeah, so we kind of took that and ran with it.
Yeah, that's great. That's some good stuff. No, I mean that's incredible that it's you guys put those little things in the game. Right, there's little puzzles in there. So
the game within the game, if you will. The game that you feel like I'm premium, I get something on top of it.
Yeah.
The base.
Exactly. And I definitely agree with that. And this obliteration game has definitely been quite the slobber knocker here because these players have just been battling it out. It seems like the bomb is going to be located finally by the U.S. team, so we're going to hop in here.
The U.S. team, what are you doing? You always tell me the U.S. team wins.
America.
I mean, they are winning, obviously.
They are winning, and they actually only have one more bomb site to plant.
And they have a helicopter pilot to help.
Okay, they're in. They're in. Let's actually Never mind, bomb was dropped. Okay, that's unfortunate. So that bomb has gone down and
In the water.
yeah, in the water. Now that means that they're probably gonna have one of these jetpacks like pick it up, but it's just gonna be out there. You're just gonna see a bunch of people just trying to chase after this one. Look at this. This guy. What is he using? Oh no, he's out of it. He's out of it. All right, there we go. Get in there. Get in there with the bomb and oh no, never mind. He gets taken out as well. So obliteration with Naval definitely, like with the sea play, that certainly is very fun because we see it, like for example with the other DLC, and I wouldn't say the emphasis, but you guys definitely did want to highlight vehicle play and that kind of stuff. Land vehicle play. So it's interesting to see a different kind of approach taken with obliteration on these kinds of maps.
I mean, one thing that differs with water, right, compared to land, is that as an infantryman, it's so much harder taking out the water vehicle compared to a tank, where you can sneak around and see for them.
Exactly. I've seen some crazy videos though, where
of course.
people do
people diving from helicopters, pulling Z4 out.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen some incredible things there. But I do agree with you though. The combat changes drastically, and it seems like they've planted C. So let's go over here. So here's C, and we have our Dice Yay guy who's pushing up. So let's see if he's going to be able to take out a couple players. But and I noticed the plant time is actually a lot longer this time around, or the exploding time.
There's been some tweaking. In the game mode.
Of course.
Overall, there's more tweaks. Like
Dennis won't stop talking about it. He was like, we tweaked it. I was like, thank you. That's great. It makes it.
We listen, right?
Oh, you're listening to me.
Yeah.
And to me specifically.
Yeah, obviously.
Forget everything else in there. Imagine. So now we have Dice Yay. Unfortunately, can't do anything here.
But I got it. I mean, it blew up, right?
Well, yeah, it blew up. So they're now down by one. So we're waiting on that bomb to come up, assuming it's going to spawn here in the middle.
Yes.
So let's see the craziness here. See what's going on indoors. No. People just getting obliterated all over the place.
And did it fall yet?
No, not yet. I don't think it did. Oh
no, it looks like it.
New bomb's out. There you go.
It fell.
Codoroid's on the move.
We
see
missed
if you can make this happen.
Oh, there it is. See, it spawns in here. So now you have to take it out.
Yeah, that's again, that's another challenge in itself, right? Oh, he's trying to get out. His own boy is holding him inside. Last in squad. He has to stay alive. I hope he's able to get out of here. I would love to see how that would work out, right? If you kind of just like topple over and just come up, like under the seat.
This looks like they're gonna plant another one.
Yeah, we're going straight over and ended up getting picked up. But Banana Pancakes is on for the save. So you're good when Banana Pancakes has your back.
Yep.
Honestly.
Banana Pancakes is actually pretty good.
It's someone you played with before?
Yes.
Okay. See, I feel like he just makes the name like that just to spite people.
Just to look, innocuous.
Yeah, like just be like, hey, don't. I'm Banana Pancakes, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking up when I should be looking down. Oh wait, you're dead.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
That happens. Play tests.
So it seems like they have been able to deliver the bomb.
Yeah,
now we're down 1-1.
Oh, there they are.
Both A sites are up for the picking here, and a double kill from Banana Pancakes. He's going for the triple. Not gonna happen. He gets taken out.
And we have the final bomb.
Yeah, we do.
The US
have
isn't looking too hot now.
No, they are not.
Is
locating
not in your favor anymore.
You need to stop hating. That's all.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
Hating on the glory. That is.
We need a tight, close game here.
Yeah, well, I mean, they gotta make it interesting, right? I mean, they can't, just blow out everyone all the time.
No,
it makes sense. So it seems like bomb has not come up just yet, but the bomb is out, and who is going to be the first one on the attack? Seems like this guy is Assassinator. Let's see if he's going to continue to push forward. No one has been able to pick up the bomb
looking
just
the other
yet.
way, though. I don't know.
There's 43 seconds left, though, so I think we're going to get a tied game here.
No. Really?
I think we are. Don't, it just...
You have enough time. Come on, 30 seconds. Helicopter indoors here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Helicopter indoors, that makes a lot of sense to me.
For some reason it fits through the door.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I am looking forward to seeing that video. Then when that happens, that should actually be a pretty fun one. So we got some legendary, of course, 33 and 6. I mean, I don't know what he ate in his Wheaties this morning, but
Takes this very serious.
He was very much ready for war. And now, as the time ticks down, though, it is going to be a tied game between these two teams.
So the US didn't win.
Yeah, the US didn't win. So in the end, everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
There we go. Everyone's a winner. There's no glass half empty here. It's only glass half full. So yeah, that's some pretty awesome stuff. But David, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to have Classic Conquest on yet another Naval Strike DLC map. You're not going to want to miss it. Dennis is going to be joining me right back here. And of course, again, more Battlefield yet to come. We'll see you on the other side.
Anyone still left? Serious hull damage. All units, fall back. Breaches have been built. Finish this fall.
Hello everybody and welcome back again to our Battlefield 4 Naval Strike DLC live stream. I'm Golden Boy, joined again by my good friend Dennis. It's good to have you back, my friend. Always a pleasure. So don't forget, after this game is over, we're going to have an exclusive Battlefield 4 Naval Strike trailer that you guys are going to see. If you haven't seen it yet, it's sick. It actually is pretty cool. I had a chance to see it. It's pretty dope. So we're going to be hopping into one of the new maps here, Operation Mortar.
Operation Mortar.
Pretty excited about this map for a couple of reasons. We'll talk about them in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Dennis, you know, Obliteration, we just saw Obliteration on Wavebreaker. How do you feel really close game, really close game. How do you feel Obliteration is, you know, the game changes on, you know, when it comes to naval gameplay?
Right, yeah, so that was actually one of the favorite maps for Obliteration in the main game is Paracel Storm. People love fighting over bombs with naval vehicles in water. Like, it's a lot of fun, and it caters well to sort of what you want out of Obliteration. So like it caters to the team play because it's difficult to sort of swim long distances. So you always need someone to pick you up with a boat. So it promotes team play very well, and it's the same thing here in Naval Strike. All
right, so let's go ahead and hop into the action. Conquest on Operation Mortar. I am again very excited about this specific map.
Right.
And Dennis, there's a little treat in there.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that?
Yeah,
we'll get to that? Okay.
Let's talk about Conquest first.
You don't want to spoil it?
No, we'll get to it. Like,
I respect that.
So Operation Mortar, 7-flag conquest, the way it's supposed to be, right? It takes place on like an abandoned, luxurious tropical island with a big medieval fort on top of a giant mountain.
Okay. So it's like a blend of two different cultures.
Right, exactly. You need like something to look at while you're there enjoying the sunshine and all of that.
Of course.
On the luxury resort. So on top of the medieval fort, there's a unique stationary weapon that's unique to Naval Strike. Not just to Naval Strike, but actually just to this map, Operation Mortar. It's the pirate cannon.
And we actually have a player on the pirate cannon. I need to find who that guy is, because it could be Banana Pancakes. No, it's not Banana Pancakes. I just want to show you guys how the crosshair works here so that this way you guys could see it, because it's actually pretty funny. So here we go, up at B, and there's my boy right there. So it's Legacy here, Legacy della Torre, and he is shooting it. So there's a crazy arc with it, and I tried to see how far you can go, and you can go pretty far. But it's not game breaking or anything like that. But it's more novelty, but it is effective.
Yes,
it's hard to explain it, because you're not going to go there and be like, all right guys, we got to go and get control of the cannons up top.
No, it's a secondary objective.
But if you get it though, you can cause some damage if you're good with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually a quite amusing story. Like the leveled artist, like initially he placed it there, and the feedback we got immediately from our internal playtest was that I need to fire the cannon. Why would you put a cannon there if I can't fire it? And so rather than deleting it, we felt like, you know what, let's turn it into a stationary weapon. So, but it's not like a stationary weapon like the rest of the game where you have like the optics and you can zoom in and all that. This is just like a tiny little crosshair.
You can see it's literally a dot on the screen.
It's a pirate cannon.
And it's not giving you any arches or anything like that. It's just shoot it, good luck. And it seems like a guy was trying to move up on our Legacy friend over here. Trying to ruin the fun. What a terrible person.
Yeah, so it's not restricted to any game modes. You can use it like as long as the game mode features this section, then you can use it. So you can use it even on team deathmatch if you're that type of player.
Okay, very cool stuff there. So now, what else about Operation Mortar? Like, tell me about the Levolution moment as well.
Sure.
It's subtle, but it's effective.
It's the sunrise. Right now, it's already happened. It starts at the beginning of the match, and for Levolution on Naval Strike, we sort of wanted to spread out and do all kinds of stuff that sort of all features under the Levolution umbrella. You know,
Okay.
like so for Wavebreaker, as you saw, you have the water gates that you can shut and close, like the more tactical Levolution that helps your team as you're like the gatekeeper. And you also have like the explosive stuff, like the submarine falling down or a plane that you can blow open. But on this one, we wanted to feature more weather Levolution, more lighting Levolution. And
Yeah.
so that you can see it right there. It's the sunrise that's slowly ascending towards the...
And it really hampers your vision too.
Yeah, exactly. So this map plays really well on Rush. We
Okay.
sort of designed it around Rush being the primary game mode in this one. And so, like, it creates some tactical gameplay where you, as the attacker moving up the mountain, you sort of have to, to see where the sun is located so you don't get it in your eyes, but still,
Yeah.
like, you can use it to your advantage too, because, like, if you're actually shut down from one entrance, then you're able to sneak around and flank the defenders.
Now you're very passionate about how you do your level design.
Sure.
You know, we've had some good
You have to.
conversations about it. Yeah, you have to. What is your approach when you are going to start making something and you're like, all right, what are we going to do as far as like the theme of
Right.
the map, for example?
Right. Well, theme is usually something that's determined like early on by the art director. Mostly.
Okay.
Like that's an art thing. I'm a gameplay guy. I care about how the game plays, how the flow is, that kind of stuff. So I usually go with whatever theme that the artists really want. It's important that the artist who's building it really feels invested in the product. You know, like this is my map. This is what,
Yeah.
how it should look like. So I'm more concerned with, like the relationships between points of interest, like the objectives, like which ones should be vehicle-based, which ones should be infantry-based, where do they meet, like that's kind of engagement. Where's the flow,
Okay.
all that stuff. So on this one, for example, you have the two flags at the very south of the map, down at like some luxurious resorts down there, where you spawn like the tanks, the IFVs. This
Yeah.
is the one map in Naval Strike that features a lot of tank gameplay, as well as a lot of naval gameplay and attack helicopters, jets, and all that stuff.
Very variety.
Exactly. So you get the IFVs at the very south of the map. So that now you can move up the mountain using these armored vehicles to your advantage, but at the same time, up there in the medieval fort and
Yeah.
below, there's an island that spawns an attack helicopter. So it sort of becomes like it's difficult to hold both points of the map because it's a huge map,
Yeah.
So you'll usually get one team that controls the air, gets the attack helicopter, and then is able to sort of go down the mountainside. At
Yeah.
the same time, you have people in tanks, the other team, that's sort of driving uphill.
I noticed inside of the map as well, or inside of the mountain, I should say, there's a string of just corridors, right? Like
yeah.
it's almost a maze type, because I ran through it the first time and I was like, oh wait, left turn, I'm lost. Where
Yeah.
am I right now?
Exactly.
And you end up finding it. It's not too difficult, but it's crazy to see the different kind of styles that you guys are presenting
Right.
with all your map designs, right? I mean, if you look at Operation Locker, for example, in comparison to Operation Mortar, I mean, really the only thing that they share is the fact that they have Operation at the beginning of their name.
Yes.
Like that's about it. Just very diverse experiences there with with how you approach gameplay. So when you're designing something like this, when you're designing a map that has a giant mountain as the focal point,
Right.
Where are your lines of sight? What are you looking at to make sure that it's not imbalanced?
I mean, as far as line of sight goes, that's something that you work on continuously. Like I spent so many hours just running around the level,
Okay.
with the level artist, finding where the choke points are, where there's like flanking routes, all that stuff. Make sure that there's always multiple ways of engagement.
Yeah.
So you can always find a flanking route, because really when it comes down to like the core battlefield gameplay, flanking is a big part of it. So the levels sort of have to combine all the systems that's in the game,
Yeah.
and sort of just promote them individually.
So it's like using all the systems that are there yet doing something different with how it's approached.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, I definitely
even,
understand that.
I guess like the fun part of making levels there's a lot of fun parts, but one of the best parts about making Battlefield levels is where you sort of design it for like a primary route, you know, like you have like these are the infantry paths, these are the vehicle paths and all that.
It's like you have an idea as to
Exactly.
like where they're going to be moving, like what the focus point of movement would be, but then you see the players get into it, and then they just create their whole new paths.
Exactly.
They pave their own way, if you will.
Really, that's we don't really want to. We don't really want to design around, you know, those battlefield moments. We want to let them happen, but at the same time, we need to be inclusive when we design the level. So, for example, on Wavebreaker, you had those water entrances you can go around, but clearly there's space enough in the ceiling so that you can probably fit a scout helicopter in there if you want to.
And you actually, David mentioned that before. He was like, yeah, I believe, you know, you can fit a helicopter through there.
You're not supposed to, but we allow it.
Traditionally, maybe not a good idea to put a helicopter indoors.
But that's when the type of stuff when you get, you know, quad bikes on top of a skyscraper. You get even the IFV on top of a skyscraper. Like that kind of stuff that just happens in our game, nowhere else. And that's, you know, that's when maps really come alive. When players get their hands on them.
It's kind of, you know, incredible to see here, and you had mentioned it before, the diverse nature of this map in particular.
Yep.
We saw some, you know, jet ski gameplay, infantry gameplay, helicopter. We saw anti-air gameplay. Now we have a jet.
Yep.
And of course, it's always good to see jet gameplay
Sure.
in Battlefield. I'm
it's
always
really
a big
exciting.
fan. Yeah, and I guess, you know, and that's another factor that's always interests me a lot. I'm sure it interests a lot of other fans too. Like, you're designing these games with jets in mind.
Sure.
Right? How, like, that must be crazy to just think about the scale. That's not good.
Oh, there we go.
Fabio does not know how to fly a plane. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around.
I would say that jets are probably
It was a
easier.
Fabio reference. I just had to make it.
Nice one. I like it. But jets are probably easier to design for than helicopters, to be honest.
Really?
Because helicopters are usually the ones where you can go slower, you can go up like these crevices, and like you can go up different ways and paths. Jets are usually a lot faster, and you sort of want to. They sort of have their own game within the game, you know, in the sky. Even though they'll still be able to knock out a tank every now and then, they're sort of. It's usually more forgiving to design maps around gameplay.
Really? Okay, that's actually pretty cool to know there. I mean, I could definitely understand, you know, the reference, because you see players, like I remember I was playing Rush one time, I believe it was Battlefield 3,
Right.
and we were playing against some, I would say, some pretty incredible helicopter pilots.
Right.
And there was just no chance of us being able to advance forward. I mean, they were effectively using, you know, their flares. They were just, you know, anything that could prevent them from getting taken out. The repairing was just impeccable, like all that stuff. So I could certainly get that perspective there. But of course, and I guess for you to design these maps, how do you feel when you see a group of people just kind of like master, you know, like just how to stop something, you know, and then you're like, oh, that's good, you know, like I didn't think that could happen.
It's the best feeling in the world. Like, I guess the best part is when you get to release a game or a DLC and you see people sort of have fun and enjoy it and find different ways of exploring the map that we didn't really think about. And that was sort of our approach when we introduced the hovercraft.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you might think that, oh, it's a naval pack, we want even bigger boats because like bigger is better.
Well, I mean,
But-
obviously you'd want to be able to control a carrier by yourself. Why not, right?
Yeah, but we felt like the attack boat was already sort of controlling that area. You know,
Okay.
it sort of has. Oh, there you go.
That guy just got shanked.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing.
Exactly. Well, the attack boat is already arguably the most powerful vehicle we have. So we didn't really feel like we had to add an additional bigger boat. So
Yeah.
we started thinking, can we make like a vehicle that allows, like, create some more dynamic on the map where sort of
And you get that land air approach.
Exactly, like you let players explore the map in new and interesting ways because the hovercraft can go almost anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it can go up the mountain on Operation Mortar. So, like when you played Parasol Storm, for example, you're on an island, for example, and you know I'm kind of safe from vehicles because they're out there in the water and all that.
Yeah.
But no longer. In Naval Strike, boats go on land.
So Hover Strike, Hover Strike. Well, we would just call it Hover Strike now. The hovercrafts, they also work on the other maps too, right? Or is it right now?
No,
just
they're
for-
only on
right now
Naval
just for
Strike
naval.
now. Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. I actually was wondering. I was like, I wonder if busting out the hovercraft on Parasol Storm would be pretty dope.
We'll see about that. We usually
Nudge you a little bit, maybe.
We usually don't want to introduce new elements to maps that have sort of already become popular with our players. We don't
kind of
wanna-
like changing the dynamic of a map.
Exactly. We don't want to
has
rush.
been out for
We
a
want
while.
to fix things that they don't like, but we don't want to introduce things that might make it worse.
Now, when you put out a map like this, and has there ever been a time that you've put out a map and you think that certain lines of sight work really well, and then turns out one of them was just like broken?
Sure.
Right? I mean, how do you go back in and then change that? I mean, like, I think about that as just like you're adding something new to the game. Like, how does that even? I can't even fathom how that would work with my simple mind.
I mean, patching is always difficult, and we always have to keep in mind, the highest priorities and things like that. So we don't want to sort of ruin things by just patching for the sake of patching. But
Yeah.
we will be exploring ways of how to improve existing maps as well, not
Okay.
just make new ones all the time. We listen to people, we see what they make, we see what they do. We notice problems with the map, and we want to make sure that Battlefield is a persistent service, continues throughout the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're always trying to improve them.
And there you have it. Seems like the U.S.
Tight
team
game.
won.
Tight game.
That's right, America. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's all right.
No.
We're in America.
Yeah, we are, so I could do that. But if I was in Stockholm, that would be weird.
You'd be in between. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd be in between.
And we're neutral, so I don't know.
So, I mean, that's some pretty awesome stuff there. But Dennis, thank you so much.
No problem.
Again, probably going to shake hands in a little bit because we know that you guys want to see more carrier assault. So we got you covered. Cool. We're going to do it one more time. Run that back.
Yeah.
With that said, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, carrier assault. Not going to want to miss it.
Anyone still left?